passengers. Yep. Let's
Are they needy passengers or are they like laid back?
No, they don't know. This is just how they're getting to work. That's what this is.
Yeah, he had about as much say as the guy who drives the bus. Alright, I get
Exactly.
you.
That's exactly how much say they have. Alright, of course it's not my immediate, so let's go open that beautiful galaxy map. I still wish they could just like throw a holographic version of this up in the cockpit instead of having to go to a whole nother visual.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Alright. Boom. And we're launching. So what you got? You are 8,000. Look at you in the 8,000 range. You'll be here in no time.
Yeah, I mean, considering I started at 16,000 this morning, I'm not doing too bad. Rushing them out.
I love the
nice thing
bases.
The nice thing that's been helping with these jumps, though, is I haven't been really, like, screwing around and, like, looking for rare worlds, necessarily. I've just...
Well, I mean, we did a bit of exploring. We did plenty of that, so, I mean, you're just trying to get back.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, no, I mean, I'm not too worried about it. I have scanned a couple of neutron stars on the way back, which is nice, but...
Right.
neither of those, and I checked, neither of those had been discovered yet, so I'll get first discovereds on those.
I'm gonna pop down through this asteroid field real quick. It's kind of weird sometimes going through the asteroid fields when I come out of the asteroid base and the asteroid fields. So like,
yeah, you have to expect beam lasers to come around the rocks and just start like pelting you.
Yeah, but not that I exactly want to fight in this thing. It's not set up for a fight right now, so.
You mean the school bus is not designed with cannons?
No. Well, I mean, I've got weapons, but it's more of just kind of a get away from me. So I'm not, gonna take down whole pirate, groups with this, so. Alright. So I'm taking forever to clear mass lock.
Not unless you can buy a couple of those really super awesome space station guns that two-shot everything.
Those things would probably be like $1 billion apiece.
As they should be.
The kind of damage those things put out.
Oh god.
The only thing that can fight a space station is another space station. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, Spark 1's clear of mass lock. Engaging highway FSD.
Copy that. Godspeed, Commander.
You know, it would suck if like something happened in which space and like you get thrown out of it and you're like on the opposite side of the map.
Yeah, no kidding. You just be like, huh, well, that was fun.
Tolgarth's junkyard. That's interesting. It's another asteroid base. Go figure.
That's cool.
223 light seconds away. A little skip.
My old buddy Tolgarth.
Yeah, me and Tolgarth go way back.
Yeah, me too. Go like way back to like 3 days ago.
You know, on the holographic, it looks like a potato.
Yeah, it does.
Flying towards a galactic potato. Let's do the loop of shame real quick.
Love it. It's my favorite kind of loop.
I'll let That's the machine. It's a water world. Wow. Okay.
Ooh, beautiful.
I actually think the
Perhaps we
loop of
can
shame
find
is kind
Kevin
of,
Costner.
you know, fun sometimes.
Really? I don't know, man. I think you're the only one who thinks that.
I think so. Okay, so there's a
I
water
do a lot of
world.
swearing under my breath.
There's a water world, and the asteroid base is just outside of it. It's not in the belt. This is unique. At least I think, because I've never seen an asteroid base that wasn't in the belt. I thought they were
Yeah,
always in a belt.
yeah, that is interesting.
And this water world, it doesn't look like any storms or anything going on. It's just calm seas on that fucker.
So you're saying like Kevin Costner would have a great time there?
Yes, yes, he would. He'd make it.
He'd make it.
Dude, Waterworld was such a good movie. I don't care what anyone says. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I know. So many people hated on it, but I liked it. And hey, you know what, man? I visited Universal Studios as a kid, and it was one of the better shows I saw at Universal Studios.
All right, I'm dropping. Welcome to Growth, huh? Boom! It is a standalone asteroid, just out of the middle of nowhere.
Big old space turd.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Back off the throttle a bit. You gotta hear the music. It's like I just found God or something. It's exactly what it's doing. Right.
An immaculate chorus, and down from the heaven descended Chuck Norris.
Alright, document request is good. Pad 22. I'm in a pipe 5x5.
$16 by $23. We're just saying random numbers, right?
I hate you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Docking's good. Let's drop these boys off and get paid for like 5 minutes worth of work.
Love it.
It looks like a turd.
It's really nice when you can. It's really nice though when you can just do like when your ship can make one jump and you just made an easy 2 mil.
Yeah, that is what I'm about to make, huh? Yeah, it was like 2.7 or something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's what you said earlier. So.
Let's see. 2.4, okay.
Huh. That's nothing to scoff at for making one jump.
This is true. This is true. Let's see.
That'd be like if I was at work and they're like, "Hey, can you deliver this down to the store on the corner and I'll pay you $2 million?"
It pretty much is exactly what just happened.
I'm like, yeah, sure.
Some people were like, "Hey, we gotta go to work. It's only like 5 minutes away. We'll give you $2 million." It's like, sure, get in.
Yeah. Ah. How hungover are you exactly?
Nope, don't ask any questions. Stand by. Alright, this asteroid has got nothing promising, honestly. But I feel like I'm kind of like a trucker with his own business where I don't kind of want to leave here without picking up something that makes me money because I feel like it's a waste.
Yeah.
I'm like, somebody's got to have some work for me.
Yeah. But keep in mind the corner store analogy we just had. I mean, it's like one jump back to where you were. So.
Yeah, well, there's this one place, EOL Procol Centauri. 18.3 light years away. They want to give me 356,000. It's a bit cheap, but whatever. I'll fucking take it. I'm gonna take it just so I get some money for leaving.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I prefer the the $2 million quick jobs, but can't always have it your way, right?
Yeah. In the words of that one band, you can't always get what you want.
So, for everyone that's not watching, I am in Colonia. Myself and Silent Knight here made our way out here, and then we went and hit the left side of the galactic edge of the map. After doing so, I got a little stir crazy to be out in the black for so long, so I hightailed it back to Colonia and kind of left Silent in the dust. Nah, he just didn't have the same kind of time I did at the time, so I got here first. So he's currently making his way back, but he's about 8,000 light years out, so he'll be here within the day or tomorrow. And then we're going to make our way back to the bubble.
Yeah, I'm hoping ideally to make the trip today, because I've been out here a while and looking forward to docking at a station.
Yeah, I bet. Dude, docking at a station after being in the black. Okay, so we've been out in the black for probably like a month. So.
Yeah, not even
like,
an exaggeration. Month.
And I know there's hardcore explorers that have been out in the black for like literally almost a year or like months on end. But like when you've been out in deep space for like at least like a month, like after a while, like when you get to land at a space station, it's like, I don't know, it's like finding a Wawa or a 7-Eleven after being, in the middle of nowhere for like the past 3 days or something. It's like, whew. Dude, I shit you not, that's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we found something finally.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually just flying around doing little jobs, transporting people mostly. That seems to be the most lucrative out here in Colonia. I mean, I've only been here for 2 days, so I wouldn't know. But I'm just transporting that stuff while I wait for him to return. What's going on here? There's an outbreak reported, apparently. Dude, why is everyone sick out here in Colonia? What is going on?
It's probably the beginning of the space zombie apocalypse.
Maybe. I like that, good one.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
I like that, yep.
We'll go with that one.
Yeah, definitely. Let's go with that one. It's gonna be an outbreak. Space zombie apocalypse. It's gonna be contained out here until one trader takes it all the way back to Seoul.
Yep. And then the rest of the galaxy's just kind of screwed.
Exactly. Fort Mug. How about that?
I bet you they got some killer root beer.
You know what? They might. Let's see if anyone tries to shoot me down with my little, 30 measly passengers.
Well, if one of those passengers happens to be Liam Neeson, then for sure they will try to shoot you down.
You know, this is true. That's exactly what
Because
happened.
any transport Liam Neeson gets on, somebody just has to fuck with it.
This is true. This is 100% true.
Incoming mission critical message.
But if you do have Liam Neeson on board, you don't have to be worried, because he's got a very special set of skills.
Yep, he apparently is on board because I just got interdicted. I'm not fighting this guy because... Okay, I made it, apparently. I don't know what just happened. But I was getting interdicted and all of a sudden the interdiction stopped.
Oh.
Like, it didn't even go all the way through, it just stopped. Maybe he crashed on Fort Mug. Maybe that's what happened. Because we did kind of like lasso right past the planet as he hit me. So that could be what happened.
Yeah, that's... Sounds about right.
So what I can say I really like about Colonia is the view, like with all the stars painted in the background.
Yeah, that's one thing I do remember is that it's just, yeah, they're just littered with stars.
Yeah, it's like God came here and just took a shit and just stars everywhere. Just, you know, all his
yeah, either that or unicorn.
It could be unicorns too. It's definitely a possibility.
A unicorn. Oh, nope. Nope. Unicorn leprechaun hybrid.
Uh-oh.
Yep, that's for sure what that was.
There's a lot going on now.
Yeah.
Let's see, 1.20 G so far. This is gonna be fun. So if you've never played Elite Dangerous, and you're looking at this video for some reason, and which you're not because I have no viewers, but
sorry.
When you come onto any planet with at least a G's worth of gravity, it's kind of havoc on your ship. I mean, the ship's not little. It might seem small in comparison to a lot of other things, but in retrospect, these ships are actually pretty big and they're heavy. So I'm going onto a planet that's 1.29 G's, which means I have to be careful because this thing will fall. It's not aerodynamic. These spaceships are not aerodynamic at all. They're just big, you know, vessels with a bunch of engines battered all over it, vectoring engines and things of that nature. So let's try not to crash.
For all you kids watching, that's good advice for life. And I guess don't do drugs and stay in school. I don't know, is that the thing you're supposed to say?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
I mean, if you listen to today's hip hop, everyone's doing drugs anyway, so that's out of the question.
I am not listening to today's hip hop.
Good. You're not ruining your ears then.
I am not. All I know is that starships were meant to fly.
This is true. Alright. Let's swing her around. Pad 8. What's that, 6? That's a 6. God, I need glasses.
Justin's got his space goggles on.
I did not wear space. God, my engine, not my engine, my ship sounds like it's gonna tear apart. Like the metal's like...
I didn't quite get that. Can you make that noise again?
No. One time only. Whoa! Whoa, okay. I dropped a little too hard. Gravity caught me like I said it would. Thank God for shields. Jesus. Dude, I hit the speed of thrust to go down just a taste, and the ship just fell. I just tapped it because I wanted to come down a little bit, and it just fell.
Yeah.
Hello. All right.
Like, oh yeah, to to
Jesus.
to
You
every.
you know what though? If I was using a an auto docker, that little
Mm-hmm. Like I'm using.
it. But you know what? It doesn't matter because even those when you're on high G plants, they still slam. Like when you're coming down,
They
like
can, yeah,
yeah, it's just the gravity period. It doesn't even matter if you use one of those. That you'll still end
yeah.
up slamming onto the pad.
The auto dock does help mitigate it a little bit, but yeah,
It does, but it
I've
still
taken some
drops.
I've
Incoming
taken
message.
some pretty significant damage even while using an auto docker.
All right, gonna mark that out. And boom. So, all right, let's give a little idea how far. Go to the map before I cut my feed here and show you where we at, what we're playing with here. All right, so that's where I am. I am in Colonia's little bubble just outside the center galaxy. So that green box right there, that's Silent Knight making his way back from way out here where we went to at the Galactic Edge. And that is home all the way back here where Earth and all that stuff is. Now the funny thing is, in retrospect, when you actually zoom down, you can get an idea as to like how far we're really like. Here's where I am. What's going on, George? Here's where I am, and then if I zoom in, like I'm not like just the closest. I'm way down here in this little bubble full of stars, but
It's kind of crazy because I've been talking about this for a while, but once you do deep space exploration, it really changes your perspective on what the word far is.
it really does because right
Because
now,
you're
if you
doing
told me I had to go 100 light years, it'd be a joke to me. It's like, okay, yeah, I'll knock that out real quick. Yeah.
yep
Far is
or
anything more than 5,000 light years right now. All right,
yep.
that's far. If it's not further than 5,000 light years, it's not really that far. Okay, so
Well, this is just to give you all who aren't watching
yeah,
a
exactly.
an idea. Uh, I've done. Let's see here. When I started today, I had 450 jumps back to Colonia, where Justin is or was, and now I'm currently sitting at 218 to go, and so that tells you I've done over 200 jumps today,
No,
and
yeah,
that's a lot of distance covered. So
yeah,
as you can
you
imagine,
definitely
when you
knocked out
do
some
that,
distance.
when you things like that. Justin and I have both been doing that for the better part of a month. Uh, Jumps like that, crushing out 100 plus jumps a day. Your perspective just changes. What's far to most players is not far to us anymore.
Yeah, that just makes me think like the guys who have went all the way out to Beagle Point. You know, it's that's got to be a crazy journey because I mean, just coming out here and yeah, we went to the left of the galactic map, which in retrospect we could have just went to Beagle Point and it would have been the same distance roughly. But like,
Yep.
I mean, it's like harrowing just like being out this far and being out. Like I'm just happy being back at Colonia with the space station and stuff because, like I said earlier, we were out deep space for a month at least, just out
Mm-hmm.
there, and it's crazy how that's what I like about this game. We were talking about this before night, but it's crazy how this game makes you kind of like try and be as much of a pilot as you can because like you
Absolutely.
you run into issues like we ran into an issue where we were like we were servicing the ships and stuff, and for whatever reason, his life support malfunctioned, and his air was just
Mm-hmm.
declining, and he couldn't figure out how to get it back on. And we tried everything, we troubleshot everything, we turned it off, turned it on, reboot the ship. It just didn't want to work, and then amazingly, he hits the button again, and it just starts working. It's like those things, like when you're playing where randomness can happen, and you've got to troubleshoot. Like there was no let's just go back real quick. It was right here because we were already like what
Yeah.
15,000 light
We
years
were.
away from
Oh yeah,
Colonia.
we were. Yeah, easily 15,000, 20,000 from Colonia. There was no station. There was no place to go
Yeah.
and get help. It was like I figure this out, or I bite it here.
Oh wow. So George, our illustrious watcher here, he says he once went 16,000 light years out and got sucked into a neutron star.
Oh no.
Lord.
Oh man. Uh, that's a bummer, George. Uh, neutron stars, they can if you're not careful. I think Justin has another video on here, and I think it's called something like "Elite Always Dangerous" or something like that, or maybe "Use Caution," something like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
it was like your first. It was like I think your first or second encounter with a neutron star. You just got I think you got like decimated by it.
Well, I survived, and it was kind of a
Oh,
luck. Like, what happened was I got sucked into the cone, and I already kind of had a little experience with them. I already knew that when you get too close, you get pulled out. See, the danger with neutron stars is, and it's crazy. You don't want to drop out of hyperspace. Well, super cruise. Once you're a super cruise, you're actually safe because you're moving fast enough that you can still leave the cone and stuff like that. Once you drop out of super cruise and you're inside the cone, that's when it gets dangerous. And that's what happened. I fell out of super cruise inside the cone, and the gravity forces and everything and the temperatures wreak havoc on the ship. It started to crack my canopy and everything like that. And what I did was I hit the super cruise again, and I just had hopes that it would the ship would rotate and face where I was trying to go, and because once you have the super cruise charged, you just have to face where you're going and it'll automatically lock. And
yeah.
so that's what I did. I charged it and just hoped that it would rotate that way, and fortunately it did. But like when I got to the next star system, like my ship was like beat to shreds. Like I was lucky, but welcome
Oh
to Elite,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Welcome to Elite. Like